Hello friends, so in today's hopefully quick tutorial I wanted to show you how you can use ChatGPT's or OpenAI's newly released GPT Image 2 to create gorgeous looking Pinterest pins. For those of you who haven't heard or seen, OpenAI, the maker of ChatGPT, has recently, roughly a week ago, come out with a new image model, GPT 2.0, which is the predecessor to GPT 1.5. Now, for the longest time, at least in the AI image generation space, Google's Nano Banana, then Nano Banana Pro, and currently Nano Banana 2 have been the de facto leader in the space. But OpenAI haven't just caught up, but actually pretty much overtook them in the image generation space, because GPT Image 2 excels at a lot of different things. First of all, the realism is even better. Its text accuracy is also much better. What I didn't really like oftentimes about, for example, Nano Banana is that the fonts, it will always more or less use kind of the same font and get stale quite quickly. Realism is really, really good. And also, very importantly, its word level understanding is really high, which means that out of the box, if you don't really give it enough context or a lot of context, it can generate quite a lot of gorgeous content and images. Now, without further ado, let's actually get started. And what I want to show you, or what I want to do, is to create some food-related infographics. So just for reference, these are some of our Pinterest pages that we run for our app, Cooking App Pantry AI. And so these traditionally have been generated with Nano Banana 2. So as you can see here, basically a bunch of different recipes, also these ones. And what I want to do now is to generate a new type of infographic or a new style. Now, what I'm going to actually use here is a product called genvile.io. Also, full disclosure, I'm one of the founders of this product. And with Genvile, you can not just create this content, you can also directly publish it to Pinterest. You can create and connect quite a lot of accounts. So if you, for example, use to Tailwind, which is quite expensive, I think one account costs $29 on Tailwind, we allow you to connect 10 accounts for the very same price, and you get 200 AI credits, which will be enough to create 100 infographics more or less with, for example, GPT Image 2, or 200 with Nano Banana 2, just as an example. We also have analytics and all that good stuff as well. So again, that's with the plug out of the way. Let's actually get started. And what I want to do first is I went here on X and looked for a bunch of food infographics and images to get started. And that's generally also what I recommend you guys do, is find styles that you like and that you want to emulate. That doesn't have to be necessarily in the same niche as you are. But for example, let's say you find like an interesting business infographic, fitness, or whatever else may be, and you think, okay, maybe that can be replicated in another niche, like in our case for cookbooks. Because obviously we want to have a little bit of uniqueness at the very least. Now, what I went and did was that I downloaded some of these images here. So, and then uploaded them here into the media library. So as you can see here, I took 2 of these. And now what I want to do is I'm going to go here into our AI studio, and I'm going to upload these images because I want to use them as a reference. And so, as you can actually already see, I've created an image before, but I still want to show you the whole process. So I've uploaded 2 of these images. Now I'm going to select GPT Image 2. I'm going to keep it at 916. That I like that. And 2K, I think that's perfectly fine. And keep the quality at medium, because that will be sufficient as well. Now, let me see what recipe I can take or use. Let's actually do fattoush. That'll be a great one. So use the 2 attached images as reference and create a similarly styled image, but for the following recipe: fattoush. Okay, and now we click on generate. By the way, with Genvile, you also have a native AI assistant, so you could technically also ask it to generate a prompt yourself. And you can, by the way, also rewrite the prompt with AI. So you can tell it, okay, change it to, I don't know, change the recipe to toad in the, I think whole is called, right? And then what I could do is it will be rewriting it. And as we can see now, it was changed. So let's actually fire over more just to show you again the whole process. Now, with that being said, that one is done. And let's move on to another one. This is actually quite cool. So as we can see here, we have a smash burger recipe and the prompt is here. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to see how out of the box, how good GPT Image 2 is without a reference image, because I think there's a lot of value in just having AI generate a prompt of roughly the style that you want to emulate, and then actually see what it comes up with, and by extension experiment with styles that are potentially suitable and that are obviously then also unique. So that's what we're going to do, is we inserted this prompt, and let me just remove this here, and now let's replace this recipe here with, let me see what we have. Creme brulee. Creme brulee, that would be a good one. Creme brulee. Okay, and again, now we don't have any image attached. We have 916. Let me actually maybe pick another aspect ratio 3:4. Why not? Just again to show off a bunch of different aspect ratios, a bunch of different modalities. And now, as we can already see, the first image has been generated. So let me switch into full screen mode, and we can see here toad in the hole. Again, what I really love is like the image here looks really, really realistic, really good. I actually have never made toad in the hole, so if it's butchered, then that is something you really then need to put more guardrails on, meaning if you want it to be even more accurate, then you can also have it expand on the prompt. So for example, you could then use ChatGPT or Claude and have it rewrite the prompt based on the different ingredients, the different cookbook, cooking steps and everything that is involved. But I would say that it looks like a really, really nice looking infographic, honestly. I mean, it's definitely worth publishing on Pinterest. And as we can see here, we also have Fatouche, which is really cool. Now, the one thing also that I want to show about Genval is that you can here click on post, and that would allow you to post this thing directly. So now if I would just go here and I would select Pinterest here, then I could directly post it, and I have my pin title. I can select my boards here. I can select my links. So if I want to attach like a blog page or something like that, I can add tags. So anything again that is native to Pinterest, you can also add it here so that again, it is basically covered. And so here we have our creme brulee recipe. So let's see. I mean, that looks also great. I don't really like the crust here as much, but overall, I mean, there's literally no error that I see. It looks roughly correct in terms of the steps and everything. Yep, I mean, perfectly fine. Again, that is really the beauty of this model. It's like, it's so good out of the box with these types of creations, to the point that almost, I would say, things like Canva could almost be a thing of the past, because there isn't really much that this thing needs to be edited for. If, however, and that's the last thing that I just wanted to show you, if you want it to be edited, what you could do is you can say, okay, I use this here as context, and now it adopted the context of this of the previous generation. Now I could say, okay, I don't know, maybe I want something changed here, and let's say, okay, please change the font towards Times New Roman, and let's click on, no, by the way, let's make sure we have, yeah, that's because we have this one here selected. So let's make sure that is correct. And now again, we'll just wait for a little bit, and with the power of editing, we'll be right back. And we're back, and as you can see here, the font was, as I can see here, changed to Times New Roman. Now, we were eerily unspecific about what it is that we wanted to change. We can see here, if I just switch from left to right, that everything here is changed. We could, however, also say, okay, please only change the font in this part, in this section, etc., etc. You get the deal. It really is dependent with anything that is pertaining to AI, how specific you are, how much context you give the AI model, and that will also then determine how well it does on these things. Now, with that being said, that is how you can potentially use GPT Image 2 to create really, really, really good looking Pinterest infographics such as this one. And so with that being said, if you guys have any questions about the model, about Genval the product, or how to create these infographics in general, then please don't hesitate to drop them in the comment section below. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.